Alright guys, and welcome to my first preview of Euro 2012. I am doing the Group A today, and hopefully then do Group B on Monday, Group C on Wednesday, and Group D on Friday before the actual tournament kicks off. And I'll tell you now, I've just done this commentary, like literally just done it. It was like 23 minutes long or something, and I was like, yeah. I'll redo it and I'll keep it, I'll make it a lot shorter, so... Obviously, apologies if you wanted to watch me talk about these four teams for 23 minutes. I didn't really think so, so I'm going to hopefully cut it down to about 10 minutes. I'm hoping that is the case, so I'll crack on with it right away. And I'm just going to say, I'm just going to introduce you to the teams, give you facts about what they've done in the previous tournaments, etc., and the managers, the captains, and then who I think will be their key player. And then I'm going to wrap it up with where I think each team will finish. So yeah, I hope you do enjoy this. A heck of a lot of effort has been put into researching about all the teams and finding out all the information. So yeah, if you could drop a like, that would be immensely appreciated. I don't usually ask for likes, but yeah, I have put a heck of a lot of work into this. A good few hours were spent yesterday researching all of the information that I needed and wanted. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with Poland, and in 2008 they qualified for the very first time in the tournament, but came bottom of their group, picking up only 1 point, which was a 1-1 draw against Austria. Then in 2010 they failed to qualify for the World Cup and currently lay 65th in the world rankings between Cameroon and China. Their low position in the world rankings is probably due to them not having to go through the qualification campaign, so there they missed out on competitive matches which could have increased their position in the rankings due to the rankings working on points and everything. So yeah, their average age is 25, which is a pretty young squad. I think the youngest average age is 23 or 24. And the youngest player in the squad is Rafał Wolski, who is 19, and the oldest is, I do apologise if I get any of these pronunciations wrong, he is Marcin Wasilewski, who is 31 years old. So yeah, the manager, Franciszek Smuda, he is Polish and has managed 15 different clubs, sometimes having two spells at the same club, like when he was at Wisła Krakow. He then left them and then went back to them, and he was appointed the manager of Poland back in 2009 and has had a pretty decent managerial career up to now. So yeah, the captain, Jakub Blaszczykowski, is predominantly a wide winger, usually on the right, and he helped Dortmund win the German League and the German Cup this season, where they beat Bayern Munich 5-2 in the final, I think. He has made 50 appearances for Poland, scoring 8 goals so far, which is a pretty decent record. And for me, the key player will be their goalkeeper, Wojciech Szczesny, who you probably know quite well. If not, he currently plays for Arsenal in the Premier League. He can have his great games, but he can also be a little bit of a liability at times. I think towards the start of the season he was a bit shaky, but as the team improved and got into a great run of form, he definitely improved with them and showed solid performances between the sticks. So he will need to be at his best if he wants to help Poland progress through the group stages and possibly further. So, personally, I think Poland will progress through the group. They have a very good attacking outfit with the likes of Lewandowski, who plays for Borussia Dortmund, I think, and Obraniak, with also a good solid defence, which contains the likes of Piszczek and Wasilewski, or Wasilewski, however you want to pronounce it. So yeah, we'll move on to Greece now, the Greeks. And as you probably remember, Greece won the Euros back in 2004. Unfortunately, though, they couldn't retain the title in 2008, where they came bottom of the group, getting no points whatsoever. So in the 2010 World Cup, they came third in the group, picking up 3 points against Nigeria, which came as a bit of a surprise for everyone, I think, because the African teams were tipped to do well in their home continent, and Nigeria have got some pretty decent players. So yeah, they currently sit 14th in the world rankings between Chile and Ivory Coast. That is Greece, that is, not Nigeria. I don't want you getting confused. And their average age is 28, which is pretty old, pretty average. Yeah, I think pretty old. So the youngest player being Kostas Fortunis, who is 19, and the oldest being their goalkeeper, Kostas Chalkias, who is 38 years old, a pretty old keeper there. And their manager, Fernando Santos, is Portuguese, which I personally disagree with. Like when Capello was in charge of England, I would always want an England manager managing England, and like if I was a Greek football fan, I would always want a Greek manager managing Greece. So anyway, he has had an amazing managerial career, having managed Porto, Sporting, Benfica, AEK Athens, Panathinaikos, who you will better know as PAOK, and with an amazing win percentage of 48% over his career. His greatest honours are probably winning the Portuguese League and Cup with Porto, and also winning the Greek Cup with AEK Athens. Obviously, he might not think they're the greatest honours, I just think they are. So, the captain, Georgios Karagounis, plays central midfield, but can also play out wide if needed, although he does prefer to play in the centre. He currently plays his football with Panathinaikos in the Greek league. They are to not be mixed up with Panathinaikos, or however you want to pronounce it. I'll try now. Panathinaikos here. They're not, because some people do sometimes get them mixed up, which is quite understandable because they are very similar names. And yeah, anyway, the captain, he has made 117 appearances for Greece, scoring 8 goals. So that clearly shows to me that he is much more of a defensive midfielder than an attacking midfielder, like the likes of, comparing them to England, he's probably like Gareth Barry or Phil Jones rather than a Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard. So key player, Sortius or Sortiris Ninis. For me, it's easily him because he is actually Albanian, but he has Greek parents. Commonly plays central midfield, but can play out wide on the right. Known for his blistering pace, sublime vision, and long-range shooting accuracy. But this, accompanied with amazing skill, makes him a future star at the age of just 22. He's only played for Panathinaikos during his professional career, but he has been signed up by Parma after his contract expired this summer. Unfortunately, though, the downside for him is that he hasn't had much game time this season after being out injured from September till March. So yeah, for me, Greece are the team that are likely to finish bottom of the group, to say it bluntly. They don't have the quality of players that the Czechs, Poles or Russians do, and I can see them struggling to pick up points in what is a pretty tough group. So we move on to Russia now, and apologies for that, it was absolutely dreadful accent. And they came runners-up in the group to Spain in 2008. Then they beat Netherlands in the quarterfinals 3-1 after extra time, but then they did lose to Spain in the semi-finals. Andrei Arshavin was one of their star players as they picked up the Team of the Tournament award, which is pretty impressive. And amazingly though, they didn't qualify for the World Cup 2010 after losing in the playoffs. I think that might have been to Slovenia. That is just purely by memory. I'm not too sure about that. So yeah, their FIFA ranking is 11th between Denmark and Italy. Their average age is 28. The youngest player being Alexandra Kokorin, who is 21, and their oldest being Roman Sharonov, who is 35. The manager, Dick Advocat, is a Dutch manager. He's managed 13 different teams. He's possibly one of the most experienced managers in this tournament after having spells at PSV, Rangers, Zenit St. Petersburg, South Korea, Netherlands, Belgium and now Russia. Although he is to resign after the Euros and take over as PSV boss again for next season. His win percentage stands at an incredible 58% of all his games managed, and his biggest honour for me was probably when he lifted the UEFA Cup with Zenit St. Petersburg after beating Rangers 2-0 at the then City of Manchester Stadium. So the captain is Andrei Arshavin, who I have already mentioned. He usually plays out wide on the left, but can also play on the right side or up front. He has just completed a loan spell at former club Zenit St. Petersburg, scoring 3 times in 10 games. For now, he is contracted to Arsenal, but has previously spoke of his unrest at living in London, and is one of Russia's most experienced players in the squad, playing 70 times and scoring 17 goals. He was also part of Zenit St. Petersburg squad that lifted the UEFA Cup under Dick Advocat, who I've just mentioned. So when you look through Russia's team, there are so many players that could become a key player, like Pogrebniak or Pavlyuchenko, but I decided to go with Alan Dezagoev. He usually plays centre attack mid, and aged just 21, he has already got a decent amount of international experience, picking up 19 caps and scoring 4 goals. He currently plays for CSKA Moscow and has got over 150 appearances for them already, scoring 37 goals. In his debut season in the Russian Premier League, he did pick up Young Player of the Season award, but was not at CSKA Moscow at the time. He was playing for FC Akademia Tolati, who are now in the Russian 2nd division. So I would expect Russia to qualify out of the group. However, their only downfall is the fact that they are in pre-season, with everyone in their team bar Arshavin, Pogrebniak and Izmailov playing in the Russian league. This means that they may not have the match fitness or the form of some of the other countries, because the Russian season is now running from November to March. So we move on to the Czech Republic, and in 2008 they came 3rd in Group A, picking up 3 points in a 1-0 win over Switzerland, which was the opening game of the tournament, although in 2010 they failed to qualify for the World Cup, losing out to Slovenia and Slovakia in the qualifying rounds. They are currently 26 in the FIFA World Rankings between Paraguay and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Average age works out to be 27, the youngest being 21, who is Vladimir Darida, the oldest being 32, who is Jaroslav Drobny. Michal Bilek is their manager. He is Czechoslovakian and aged 47. He has managed a few teams from the Czech Republic, most notably Sparta Prague, where he spent 2 years. He has been in charge of the Czech Republic national team since 2009 and led them to 2nd in qualifying, behind Spain and ahead of Scotland, I think, beating Montenegro 3-0 on aggregate in the playoffs. Another Arsenal player in the form of Thomas Rosicky is their captain. He has played at every level for Czech Republic, right from the under-15s. He is an attacking midfielder that was well known for his creative playmaking skills before his horrific injury kept him out for around 18 months. Although he was a key part of Arsene Wenger's squad last season, playing 38 games in total, which was the most he has played for Arsenal in a single season, gaining 6 assists along the way. Rosicky was named captain of the Czech Republic in 2006, taking over from the legend that is Pavel Nedved, who is now a board member at Serie A champions Juventus. Without a shadow of a doubt, their key player is Petr Cech. The Champions League winner stands a massive 6'5" in goal, and he has kept top Premier League strikers at bay, winning the Golden Glove on 2 occasions in 2005 and 2010. He has also won the Czech Player of the Year 5 times, which is no mean feat when he has the likes of Rosicky and Barros to contend with. The Czech Republic do have a chance of getting out of the group, but they will have to be on top of their game because Poland and Russia offer very tough competition for the top 2 spots, and Greece won't be a walkover either with the players that they do have. So I'm not going to sit on the fence and say this team could qualify, this team might not, etc. I'll tell you where I expect each team to finish. So honestly, I think Russia will win the group. Even though they are in pre-season, I feel they have the quality to get the points they need to come first. Then it's between Poland and Czech Republic. I'd say Poland will come second because they have the home support and the quality players to get them the goals. The Czechs have some great players like Cech, Barış and Hopschman, but I'm just not sure they can compete against Poland, who have the big advantage of playing on home soil. And although Greece won it in 2004, I can see them struggling against this group. The opposition just seem too strong for them, and they don't really seem to have a real backbone to the side that could actually take them through. So yeah, this is where I'm going to wrap it up, guys, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. I mean, I don't even know how long, it might be about 10 minutes now, so I hope it's not too long for you guys. I understand that the first one that I did, which was like 20 minutes long, was probably too long, which is why I've edited it down. So yeah, like I said, Group B will be out Monday, and yeah, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like, if you could leave a comment, because a lot of research has gone into this. A good few hours last night staying up, getting all the information I needed. So yeah, as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next episode. Although if you watch my Be a Pro career modes, there should be one out tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you later. Peace out.